Hello everybody, welcome to the All-Star Offline Racing Series. We are loading up Homestead, Miami for the final truck race of the season, race 14 out of 14. A lot of stuff to go over in this race as well as tomorrow night's race at Homestead. First off, I want to say sorry about last week at Homestead. We did not have any commentary on that race, or I'm sorry, at ISM. We didn't have any audio at that race. It kind of messed a few things up, so sorry about that, but we have audio this week. So, coming into this race, we have 12 drivers that have a chance at winning the championship. Well, let's go ahead while they start qualifying and look at those drivers. So, Jacob Britt and many of the top 10 in points last week at ISM had horrible races. Jacob Britt comes in as the points leader. You see Callie Hancock and Bruce Zero, they're 75 and 77 points back. And fourth place, we've got Eric Jacks, who's 84 points back. And then a little bit further back, over 100 points back in the championship, Gary Harmon sits fifth place. Behind him, 1 point behind him, Brendan Hancock, 126 points back. We've got Axel Zero back there in seventh, eighth place, Tavis Haken, ninth, Dylan Eberheim, and 10th, Yale Crilly. Now, you might be thinking, how do these drivers have a shot at winning the championship? And we will go over that in just a second. See, 12th place, Alejandro Rodriguez. He's 161 points back. He does have a legitimate shot. But these drivers that are back here around the 8th or 9th place position, depending on what happens with some of the top running drivers in points, they need to win the stage. If they win the stage and have a really high finishing position, then they have a really good shot. You see Dylan Eberheim starts 4th. Dylan Eberheim comes in 9th in the points. Look at Yale Carrillo up there in 4th place. That's where he starts. One of the points contenders. Gary's back there in 7th. So the points contender is kind of all over the place. Alejandro and Hunter Blade, 9th and 10th. Tavis is 11th. These are drivers that are further back in the points. Axel Zero back there. He's in 21st in this race. Eric Jacks, 22nd. Bruiser, 24th. Callie Hancock. Dylan Eberheim really far back. Brendan Hancock as well. Jacob Britt, though, the points leader, he starts 32nd. It's going to be a long night for some of these drivers. So, 107 laps is the distance tonight and tomorrow. It's kind of our special ending to season number 2. If you are not already part of the series, go ahead and go to the description down below. Get us on Discord and make an account there if you don't have one. It's a lot of fun. It's like a little text platform. And then subscribe here on YouTube, and you'll be set for the next series. Like I said, we will be starting that in about a week. The sign-ups will be posted 1 week after this weekend of racing. So let's go ahead and show you the starting lineup. The 15, Stephen Pollard III, Logan York beside him. They're on the front row. Then we've got the 4 of Zach Cronin, the 20 of Yale Carrillo, the 25 Laura Wiebe. I believe that is the 18 of Damian Singletary, 97 of Gary Harmon. There's Colton Harmon beside him, Alejandro Rodriguez, Hunter Blade, and that number 98. The 13 of Tavis Haken beside him, that is I believe the 87 of Cody Rhodes, the 50 of Tim Zimmer, the 49 of Alex Johnson. He is subbing for Alvin Jones and Alexander Jones. We've got Sheila Harmon, Tyrell Resner behind them, Lindsay Hancock, Gavin Jones, the 41 Leland Fife, the 22 Jeremiah Dwayne, points contender Axel Zero, and Eric Jack starting side by side. Behind them, the 17 of John Book, and then the 7. Behind him then is the 7 of Bruce Zero. Behind him, we've got the 45, Ryan Benjamin. Beside him, the 46, Dylan Eberheim. And Ryan wants to win this race. He wants to be involved in the figure 8 race. Like I said, we've got a lot to go over in this broadcast and in tomorrow's broadcast. We will keep you guys updated with more information. So, we said Dylan Eberheim is right there, the number 46. Behind them, the number 88 of Callie Hancock, the 24 of Bean Wiebe. Callie looking to gain the points lead in this series. She is a contender tomorrow's night races, whatever. We have the 16 of Kayla Johnson, the 21 Jacob Britt, the points leader, starting deep in the field. The 6 of Cody Higginbotham and the 23 of Brendan Hancock. I got to get myself together. I cannot talk today. So Stephen Pollard the third, the number 15 truck. He will be the pole sitter. He is going to lead the field to the green. First time we've been to Homestead this season in the Truck Series and the Cup Series. Who is going to win the championship? We have 107 laps to complete to find that out. The stage coming around the halfway point, lap number 50. So very long way to go even for that. And the green flag is now in the air. Stephen Pollard III going to lead the field to the green flag. He gets a great jump over third place position. I think the outside line is going to probably be a pretty quick line. You see Logan York clearing the inside line, and he is on the outside. So the outside line could be the most dominant line tonight. We'll have to watch over that and see how that progresses throughout the night. Look at Yale Carrillo up top, the number 20. He is going to go up top and try to take the second place position away from Logan York. Early on with fresh tires, that outside line looks to be pretty good. 3 wide now for second entering turn 1. Stephen Pollard will lead that lap. But here comes the 20 of Yale Carrillo to the front. He is going to try to clear the 15. Off of turn number 2, he will clear Stephen Pollard. So Yale Carrillo now, the race leader. Yale Carrillo 10th in points. Imagine if he can stay out front and get the stage win and possibly win this race. He could be the new champion. The first time champion in the Truck Series. Look at this, 3 wide, almost 4 wide on the front stretch. Gary Harmon making a very aggressive move down low. A lot of points contenders are in this top 10 group right now. But there are drivers that are further back. Gary Harmon, Hunter Blade, Alejandro Rodriguez, Tavis Haken. We said Yale Carrillo, who's leading this race. They are all outside of the top 5 in points. Look at Stephen Pollard now going up top, trying to make it 3 wide. I don't know if he might have bounced off the wall just a little bit. Couple drivers hit the wall. I think that was the 24 of Bean Weeby. Smacked the wall pretty hard. He loses a lot of positions. And there he is. Doesn't look like he has a lot of damage on his truck. One little slip up can really mess up the entire field. We're seeing a lot of 3 wide early on. There's the points leader, Jacob Britt, really far back. He's on the outside trying to make some moves over C.J. Williams. I don't know if I were him or anybody else in this top 5 in points. I don't know if I would be up here trying to battle with these drivers. I think I would try to be in the back of the field, wait for some of the crashes to happen. They're doing a great job, though, racing 3 and almost 4 wide there. Alejandro Rodriguez underneath Gary Harmon. That's Hunter Blade and Tavis Haken. All points contenders battling with each other. Alejandro on that inside line right beside the white line. Now 5 wide off of turn number 4. 5 wide, they are not going to crash. They're going to make it, I think. Here comes Jeremiah Dway now on the outside of Leland Fife. They're bouncing off of each other down on the inside line. That's Axel Zero and Alejandro. Amazing racing up at the front of the field. Somehow they gather it back up and they keep going. Now, winner of these last 2 races will, if we have a first-time winner, that is, will be included in the figure 8 race. We had mentioned last week around the time that the ISM race broadcasted that the winners of season number 2 will all go into a fun exhibition-style race during the off-season, and that's going to be a figure 8 race at Rally's Figure 8. It's going to be a lot of fun, and then, of course, we're going to have the Clash at the start of next season. That's for all the pole sitters from season number 2. So a couple races to kind of keep you guys on the edge of your seat and ready for the next season. Look at Gary Harmon. Does he have an issue? He was on the inside line. I don't know what happened there. Oh, Ryan Benjamin into Gary Harmon. He's up the track. They're into the wall. They're crashing. Leland Fife, the points leaders involved. The 17, who else? The 46, the The 22 was involved. Caution flag number 1 out here on lap number 8. I don't know what happened with Gary. I don't know if maybe he had a tire going down or something as they're racing back to the line. Yell Carrillo, I think, is going to keep the lead. And he does keep the lead. But Gary, he was really slow. Ryan Benjamin came right up on him and just slammed in the back of him, and that caused the first multi-truck incident tonight. Gary, a lot of damage on his truck. He's going to have to come down pit road and try to get everything repaired. Hopefully stay on the lead lap. That's one of the points contenders. 5th in points. See Leland Fife, Dylan Eberheimen, Jacob Britt, Jeremiah Dwayne. I think they were really the only drivers involved. I don't know how so many drivers got past that crash without getting damage. Happened at the beginning of the field, at the front of the field. So we're awaiting the replay, and we will show you guys here in just a little bit what happened with the 97 of Gary Harmon. He is on pit road, and as long as he is in this race still, he is going to be 1 lap down. There he goes. He's off of pit road, but 1 lap down for that 97. So Gary Harmon could be out of the championship. Here's the replay. Ryan Benjamin just came right up on him. He could not get out of the gas in time. Dylan Eberheimen hit the wall. Jacob Britt didn't get a lot of damage. I think most of these drivers are okay. I think the 41 and the 97 are probably the drivers that are worse off. I don't know. Gary was he was almost down on the white line. He got, I guess, out of the groove. Really slow. Everybody starts passing him. Ryan tried to get past, but he had no room to go on the outside and just into the back of that 97. John Book, he was also involved back there. He hit the wall. Brendan Hancock almost got a big piece of damage. Points leader, though, I believe is okay. Go ahead and ride on board with Ryan Benjamin. Here he did try to get out of the gas. He just came up on Gary way too fast. Right on board now with Gary Harmon. He's in the gas, so he didn't have a tire down. Up the track, Leland Fife, Jeremiah Dwayne. You see some damage on that 22 truck. Go ahead and ride on board with the points leader. This is Jacob Britt. Ooh. Jacob did hit kind of hard. Doesn't look like he has a lot of damage on his truck. Right on board now with the 46 of Dylan Eberheimen. Another points contender. He just went up and hit the wall and spun it out. I don't think he has really anything to worry about. On board with John Book, you see the damage there. Man, he is getting tossed around left and right. So, first caution out. Yo, Carrillo continuing to lead this race. You see some of the damaged trucks there. Bean Weeby was able to go down pit road and get his damage repaired from earlier in this race when he smacked the wall. So Yell Carrillo out front, Cody Rhodes second, third is Logan York, fourth Colton Harmon, or no, that's Tim Zimmer and then Colton Harmon. Top 5 drivers there. Top 10 drivers will get stage points. Right now, Yell Carrillo looking to be in the best position out of any of the points contenders. So pace lights are off on the pace truck. We will be going back to green next time by. Lap 14 out of 107. We have a long way to go, and we're already seeing a lot of crazy stuff happening early on. A lot of great racing, a lot of 4 wide and 3 wide. And, of course, the crash on lap number 8. Gary Harmon has a lap down. We'll have to see what his speed is like, but he is probably going to be out of contention now for the championship. A few more things for season number 3. Season 3, we are going to be donating money to charity events and different organizations. So what we're doing is the top 3 drivers and the points at the end of season number 3. You guys get to pick which charity or organization this series wants to sponsor, basically, wants to donate to, and then I'm going to donate some money to each of these organizations or charities. Just something a little bit different that we can do. You know, we all have fun watching these races and competing in them and just having fun, communicating with each other, and it's a fun little community that we have. But now let's give back to the community and donate money. So more on that later, but here we go. Green flag back in the air, lap number 15. Yale Carrillo and a few others now, I believe, are going to get past Gary Harmon. Gary, pretty slow on the restart. Now Tim Zimmer behind Gary Harmon. He is stuck behind him. The top 3 have cleared the lap truck. Tim Zimmer trying to get past. Now Gary going to go up top. This is really going to stack this field up. Gary on that outside line. Now they're 3 wide below him. Colton Harmon, Tim Zimmer, and Sheila Harmon are all going to get past that 97. Stephen Pollard, the pole sitter, stuck behind the 97. They're 4 wide behind him now. Everybody trying to fight past the lap truck. Gary looks like he might be up to speed now for the most part. Yale Carrillo continuing to lead. Now Logan York going to try to get past Cody Rhodes for second. In the back of the field, everybody pretty much up to speed. Huge jam, though, where the 97 truck. Gary Harmon, oh, there's a crash. Huge crash on the backstretch. Truck upside down. That's the 10 of CJ Williams. He's back on his wheels now. Oh, and who's at the 8 of Ron Jackson? He's upside down now. The points leader again involved, and he has got some pretty bad damage this time. Ron Jackson able to drive away. Second caution out. Callie Hancock now, the 88. Oh, no. One of the points contenders. Second place in this race. And I think she is going to be out of the race. Her night is done. Oh, my gosh. Huge points implications here for a lot of drivers. Jacob Britt has a ton of damage. His night might be over. The 88 of Callie Hancock, we're seeing if she's going to retire. I think she is. We'll have to come back and check on that later. The 8 of Ron Jackson, he had a nasty flip. The 10 of CJ Williams did as well. See the damage on the front of the 21, the points leader. That was a massive crash on the backstretch. Callie Hancock, CJ Williams still on pit road. They have not moved yet, so I don't know what is going to happen with their trucks. Let's go ahead and watch the replay. I'm not sure what happened. It was on the backstretch off of turn 4. Looked like it was around where the lap truck of Gary Harmon is. Ooh, Callie hit the wall hard. Lindsay was around. See CJ upside down. Cody Higginbotham. The number 6 truck, he was involved. So the 88 looked like she was the first truck to be affected. Cody Higginbotham hit the 51 of Lindsay Hancock right here. Lindsay went down, barely clipped the 88 of Callie. Lindsay hard into the wall, and man, that was the 7 of Bruzier that flipped the 10 upside down. And I'm not sure what happened up here. You see Jacob Britt, hard into Ron Jackson. That flipped Ron upside down. That's where Jacob got all of his damage. Oh my gosh. So Ron actually had the crash missed. Oh, Brendan Hancock and Ron both hit Callie. She was slowed on the track. Ron had nowhere to go, and then Jacob Britt had nowhere to go as well. Not sure of any drivers out of the race yet. We're going to update you guys on that in just a few minutes. Watch some more replays here. This is the 7 of Bruise Zero. Running on board with him. He flips the 10 upside down, and away they go. Right on board with 51 Lindsay Hancock. See the 10 upside down, and it looked like it was a bigger crash than what it was. I mean, 2 trucks upside down, that's pretty big. I thought it was a little further up, though, in the field. This was kind of mid-pack in the back of the field. Riding on board now with 21. This is the points leader, Jacob Britt. Oh, he got some damage there. And I think this hit might have done him in. Man, oh man. Dylan Eberheim was able to get past for the most part, but you see all the... Oh, wow. This is now live. You see Jacob Britt. He's still in this race. He has no hood. So we're looking for the 88 of Callie Hancock, who I think is out of the race. Let's look and see. Oh, Callie Hancock is out of the race, so her chances of winning the championship in the Truck Series are over. Man, that's really unfortunate. She was hoping to become the first doubleheader points champion, winning in the Trucks and the Cup Series. Entered this race second in points, enters the season finale Cup race as the points leader. She's hoping to keep the streak alive tomorrow and keep the female drivers as the points winners. You know, Sahara Rocha won the points series last season. Callie Hancock might be able to become the second woman to win the points championship in this All-Star Offline Racing Series. She has got a lot of competition in that series. So the rookie, Callie Hancock, out of the race. Her night is over. Unfortunate for her. So we're going to cross her off of the list. And she is going to drop after the restart. All these drivers are going to get past her in the points, I'm sure. And she could drop as far as 12th in points. So you see top 10 drivers there. So this time by lap 20, the restart, we are almost halfway through the stage. Remember, the top 10 drivers at the end of this stage get points. Carrillo right now is in that position. He possibly could get 50 points, and just by getting 50 points that way, he'll be within about 100 points of Jacob Britt. Jacob Britt has been involved in the first 2 cautions, and he is deep in the field. Same with Bruce Zero and Brendan Hancock. And somehow, Ron Jackson, he was able to get back in this race after flipping over. So, the restart, lap number 20, we are back underway. Points leader back in 31st, Jacob Britt is. Gary Harmon 32nd. We have got 2 trucks out of the race. Callie Hancock, unfortunately, will finish in 33rd. And then last is the 10 of CJ Williams. So green flag in the air. A lot of drivers now getting past the 97 of Gary Harmon. Cody Rhodes right on the back bumper of Yale Carrillo. Behind them, though, Gary Harmon holding everybody up, everybody trying to get past. Oh, Laura Lee, she made a little bit of contact. I believe that was the 50 of Tim Zimmer, who she is behind. So 3 wide behind the top 5 drivers. They're starting to race again really close and aggressive. The 97 of Gary Harmon has the top line. Look at that. He actually is up to speed now. It looks like it might take him about a lap or 2 to get back up to speed, but it doesn't look like he's too terribly slow. 4 wide on the inside, Alejandro. He got out of that groove, and he is going to lose a few positions. Looks like Gary is pretty fast in the turns, but you see him dropping like a rock on the straightaways. A lot of the field spread out now. We could have a green flag run. Oh, wait a sec. There's some contact in the back of the field. That's the 2 of Tyra Resner's around. Oh, the 16. Caleb Johnson, the 22. The 8. The 21, I think, is into the wall. The 7 of Bruce Zero. Points contender involved. Oh, my gosh. The pole sitter, the 15, he's involved. He has a lot of damage. Jacob Britt able to get past, I think. I don't know how much more that truck can take. You see the 7 of Bruce Zero, heavy damage. That is a huge indicator that his night is going to be done. Caleb Johnson, heavy damage on the front of his truck. Jacob Britt, that 21, I don't know how he has survived this long. But he has been now involved in, I believe, all 3 cautions. We thought this race was going to be pretty wild. Coming into this race, the final race of the season, and just about half of the drivers in this series have a shot at winning the championship. We have 34 total truck series drivers, and 12 of them entering this race have a shot at winning. But right now, chances are dwindling for a lot of drivers. So a lot of drivers now coming down pit road. A lot of the damaged trucks. Jacob Britt is one of those. So he must have gotten some damage. Let's go ahead and show you what happened here on the caution. The 2 of Tyra Resner was the first truck around. So it looks like they were just stacked up. Stephen Pollard tried to get past. He hit the 2 of Tyrell. And then the 75 Eric Jacks did the final blow. You see the 16 hard into the wall. The 15 as well. Stephen Pollard, he had a lot of damage. I think he's out of the race. You know, the more drivers that are out of this race, as we're going to ride on board with Stephen Pollard, more drivers that are out, if Jacob Britt can at least survive the crashes, he will, I think, clinch the title. We'll know more after the stage ends on lap number 50. Right on board with a few more drivers here. Down low, I believe that is, I think that was the 75. Yeah, that was Eric Jacks. Let's go ahead and run on board now with Hunter Blade, the number 98. Right there was the contact. Hunter Blade, one of the championship contenders. Same with that 75. They were able to get past. 16, Caleb Johnson. He had such a hard hit into the outside wall. Go ahead and ride on board with the 21. This is Jacob Britt. He was pretty far back, so I think he's okay. Watch this. Almost hit the 15. Almost hit the... Oh, he actually hit the wall. He almost slammed into the 7 of Bruce Zero. That's why Bruce is out of the race. He slammed into that inside wall where the tire barriers are. Man, look at Ron Jackson. This is Bruce Zero here. Hits the wall. Wow, Jacob Britt nearly hit him. That would have been a horrible ending to that 21's night. Probably would have ended his chances of the championship. Right on board now with a few more drivers. This is Caleb Johnson. Hard hit into the outside wall, and he is just in for a ride at that point. So we're back out front. Back live. The points leader is still in this race. Jacob Britt has been involved in all 3 cautions tonight. Jeremiah Dwayne's back there. He hasn't had good luck tonight. Dylan Eberheim, Zach Fronen, many others have had horrible nights. So we do know Bruzero is out of the race. Callie Hancock is out as well. That was second and third in points. So now fourth place, Eric Jacks. He's 84 points back. He is now past Callie and Bruce. Gary Harmon has had issues tonight. He is a lap down. I don't think Gary is going to have a shot at winning. Not sure how many trucks are out yet. We're trying to wait for the ticker to go by so we can get the final word on how many trucks are out of the race at this point in time. A lot of cautions early on. We knew it was going to be a pretty crazy race. Yeah, we talk every once in a while about season number 2. So many rookies are in this series, this season, and in the Cup Series. And it's been a crazy season of racing and wrecks. So many new drivers. So we've had a lot of inexperienced drivers entering this series. And, I mean, it's definitely shown. We have had a lot of crashes and just so much drama. You definitely have seen some of the drivers improve since the beginning of their seasons. See Jacob Britt at the top on the ticker. He is in 22nd position. He has got a lot of damage. He's not going to be able to make it to the front, that's for sure. But here we go. Yo Carrillo still leading this race. Took the lead early from Stephen Pollard III. He is going to restart as the leader. We are back underway here at Homestead. Lap number 27. And Gary Harmon falling back even further this time. Logan York, Sheila Harmon, the 54 of Colton Harmon, and Tim Zimmer, the 50, and maybe even more drivers going to get past Gary. Now Gary going to go back up top. This is where he has held up a lot of drivers. Ooh, Laura Lee into the back of Gary. She's trying to move him out of the way, I think. Here comes the 3 of Axel Zero on the outside now. He is going to take a position away from Laura Lee. And they're 3 wide behind Axel. Axel, one of the points contenders. He's up here in the top 10. Not having a bad night. Look at the 49 of Alex Johnson on the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact up at the front. That was Sheila Harmon and Logan York. They merge back up the track. Everything is okay, but that 33 falling back a little bit. Almost a crash there. That would have been a massive crash. Gary Harmon still on the outside. 3 and 4 wide now. 4 wide as Hunter Blades on the inside line. Eric Jacks, Tavis Haken are there. Hunter Blade going to fall back now. Oh, a little bit of contact. Bean Weeby, Gary Harmon, and a few others. The 17. That's the 75. The 17's involved. The 23 as well. Brendan Hancock. Caution flag back out here at Homestead. Jacob Britt got past a lot of drivers. So yet another caution. These drivers, at some point, I don't know if they're going to pit this time, but they have to get fuel. They can't go all 107 laps on 1 tank of gas. They're going to have to come down pit road and fuel up and maybe even get some tires. You see Gary on pit road. Pit road's not open for lap trucks, so I think he might have had an issue. I think that's how this caution started. Gary was on the outside. I don't know who turned who. Bean Weeby, though, into Gary. I did see that. Luckily, no real damage. Brendan Hancock involved. Another points contender yet again involved in a crash tonight. Eric Jackson went up and hit the 97. Gary Harmon, more damage on his truck. I don't know. I think he is okay. He was on pit road. But more damage to his truck. He was 29th at the time of this caution. Now we're riding on board. This is the 23 Brendan Hancock. And he is the one that started the crash. hit Bean Weeby. Bean went down, hit Eric Jacks, went up and hit Gary, and from there it was just calamity. Well, we started this race off with a pretty nice run. You see a lot of drivers on pit road. Yo Carrillo, he surrenders the lead. And he is not going to be, I don't think he's going to be in the top 10. So, I guess they're thinking maybe they can make it the rest of the way. But if I were Yo Carrillo, I probably would have stayed out. I mean, this and Axel Zero, Damian Singletary, Eric Jacks. I don't know. I don't think I would have come down pit road. Not at this point in time. We are going to be restarting the race with about 15, 16 laps left in the stage. I would not be putting myself in the back. I would like to get those 50 stage points and then come down pit road and worry about trying to win the race that way. So, I don't know. Yo Carrillo, 10th in points. He really needed that stage win. I don't know why he chose to pit yet. Have to see if he can work his way back up in the top 10 and get some stage points. Jacob Britt, he is up near the top 10. He's 14th in the race now. And he actually might have been able to get past a few more drivers that were on pit road. So Jacob Britt is possibly in contention to get some stage points. So far, the only drivers out of the race that are in the top 12 in points, Callie Hancock and Brew Zero. Both drivers entered second and third in the points. Gary Harmon has been involved in 2 crashes. He is a lap down in 5th place. Actually, might be more than a lap down now from being in that crash. He had to come down pit road. There's Tavis Hagen, Lindsay Hancock, Hunter Blade behind her. One of the points contenders. The 2 of Tyrell Resner, the 21, Jacob Britt there. Jacob Britt actually in 10th place. Ron Jackson behind him. He has had a horrible night. Same as Zach Cronin and Jeremiah Dwayne. A lot of these drivers are damaged and off the pace. Just a little bit. Brendan was involved in that crash. And then you see the 20, Yo Carrillo. First driver out of pit road with fresh tires and fuel. Have to see if he can work his way towards the front and get those stage points. The 18 to 75, they're really far back in the field. Oh, driver coming down pit road. Who is that? That's the 4 of Zach Cronin, so he has, I'm assuming, a tire issue. So he's going to come down pit road. Next time by, we're going to go back to green. It's going to be lap number 34. That 4, Zach Cronin, they found that tire, though, at the right time. You don't want to come down on the restart because you are guaranteed to be put a lap down. Coming down pit road under the green, that is not a good thing to have happen to you and your team. Hunter Blade running in 7th, trying to get some stage points. He's 11th in points. Jacob Britt now in 9th place. Actually, should be in 8th place now with the 4 down pit road. Ron Jackson. Or no, the 4 was behind him. Never mind. So Ron Jackson 10th. Jacob Britt 9th. We've seen the 21, Jacob Britt. He's been pretty slow on the restart because of the damage that he has. So I don't know. I don't know how slow he's going to be. If he's going to stack anybody up, this could be a very crazy restart. Yo Carrillo back in 16th. Yo Carrillo was the first driver to come out of pit road. Top 15 drivers stayed out. Logan York has the lead behind him. Laura Lee Wiebe trying to get her first win this season. Alejandro Rodriguez back there in 3rd. Few points contenders still up in the top 10. Green flag back in the air. Lap number 34. We're back in the green. Can we make it to the end of the stage without a crash? The top 4 drivers now. The top 5, maybe 6 drivers get past Gary. 21, Jacob Britt trying to get past him as well. Oh, big stack up on the outside line. Couple points contenders up there. Look at Ron Jackson, Cody Higginbotham on the inside line. They're going to get past. And here goes Brendan Hancock. And what about Yale Carrillo there, the number 20? He's coming up through the field already. Yale trying to get into a position to get some stage points. Now Yale Carrillo behind the 21 of Jacob Britt. 3 and 4 wide yet again. Yale Carrillo might fall back. You see Axel Zero with a huge run off the turn, but he has nowhere to go on the straight. Oh, a little bit of contact. Man, they are really stacking up back here. Up at the front, we have 3 wide for the lead. Alejandro, Logan York, Ryan Benjamin, Laura Lee, and Lindsay are all in the top 5 battling for the lead. Behind him, the 13 Tavis Haken. Alejandro led that lap. Gets 5 bonus points for his championship. 3 wide still for the lead. Man, this is amazing racing. Laura Lee going to fight back on the outside. 4 wide now for the lead for a split second. Look at that sight of trucks on the back stretch. Lindsay falling back, but here she comes back in the turn now. Laura Lee still has the lead. Here comes Lindsay on the inside. 4 wide still for the lead. Logan's going to lose the top 3 positions. He's going to fall back to 4th. A massive pack up at the front of the field here. 4 wide for 2nd, 4 wide behind them. You would think this is almost a super speedway race, the way they're racing. Incredible racing here at the front of the field. And the middle and the back of the field. Here comes the 2 of Tyra Resner on the outside. A huge run. He is going to push Ryan Benjamin to the front. They're bouncing off of each other everywhere. Still 4 wide. Sheila Harmon goes out to the front on the inside. She is going to bring a couple drivers with her. Oh, Jeremiah Dwayne into the back of the 51. Lindsay Hancock around. And many others. The 83. Actually, it's just the 22 and the 3. Oh, Logan York hard into the wall. The 33, I believe that's the 6. The 17. Yale Carrillo involved in this crash. And the points leader, I think, gets away without any damage. Any more damage. So caution flag back out. Lap number 38. I thought we were going to be able to make it to the end of the stage. That was some wild racing. I mean, that was amazing. So Sheila Harmon out front, the number 63. She was able to get past all that carnage right before it happened. The 49 of Alex Johnson behind her in second, but I think he might be coming down pit road. 3 of Axel Zero. A lot of drivers now coming down. Look at B and Weeby staying up at on the top of the track, trying to get out of harm's way. So second place, the 49 coming down pit road. And many others. I'm a little concerned with the pit strategy here. I don't know when the best time would be to pit. I mean, I would think maybe after the stage, but that's not what these drivers are thinking. Let's watch. You saw Logan York on pit road. This is the replay. So the 22 and the 51 right there made contact. Lindsay went up the track. Ooh, the 33 hard into the wall. The 83 of Alejandro. Ooh, Logan again. 2 more times hard into the wall. The 6, the 13. Man, oh man. Gary Harmon involved with another crash yet again. Let's watch on this replay. A really cool replay here. See the crash already starting and people spinning out left and right. Logan hard hits. I think Axel Zero, Yale Carrillo. Man, oh man. Let's go ahead and ride on board with the 21. This is the points leader, Jacob Britt. He has had quite the eventful night, involved in so many crashes. And I think he got past, actually. Ooh. The 3 of Axel Zero, some pretty big damage. Jacob got by with very minimal damage on his truck. More onboard shots here. I believe that's the 20, I think, of Yale Carrillo. Yeah, that was the 20. Let's go ahead and ride on board with Axel Zero, another points contender. Didn't get any damage yet. Right there, once Jeremiah spun out, Axel hit the 22. My gosh. So we're back live. A lot of drivers with damage so far tonight. Logan York is out of the race. Unfortunate for him to end his season that way. Hasn't had a great season. I mean, he has been involved in quite a bit of stuff. A lot of crashes and such. Not a points contender this season. There's Eric Jacks, the 2 of Tyra Resner. Bean Wiebe. Behind Bean is that 21 of Jacob Britt. So we're going to be going back to green here soon. Eric Jacks running in 4th. One of the points contenders. 4th place in points. 4th place in the race. Jacob Britt, 7th. So I mean, we are nearing the end of the stage. They're going to be able to get some points if they can manage to stay up in the top 10. A lot of drivers that are not in contention are in the top 10. Zach Cronin somehow up in the top 10 after having that tire issue on that last restart. 20 of Yale Carrillo has led the most laps so far. He's in 12th place. Behind him and 13th is Axel Zero. Both drivers trying to get to the front. Axel 7th in points. Yale 10th. But they are not in the top 10 yet. We're going to have a restart with 7 laps to go in the stage. Brendan Hancock has had a pretty rough night. He's back in 19th place. Hunter Blade in 20th. Dylan Eberheim in 21st. Dylan Eberheim probably would be the points leader tonight if he wouldn't have missed Eldora a few weeks ago. He wrecked out in the qualifying race, in the heat race. That was the last chance qualifying race. He wrecked out, missed the transfer spot, and he did not get any points that night. A lot of drivers that missed that are out of contention. Ryan Benjamin, he's out of contention. He was in the top 12 at one point, but unfortunate for him. So 28 drivers are left in this race. Logan York retired from the race. Sheila Harmon has the race lead. She is going to restart out front. Beside her, Gary Harmon. And we're back underway. See how slow the 97 is this time with more damage on his truck. Top 4 drivers get away without any issues. Eric Jacks up there in 4th. Look at Bean Wiebe passing Tyrell and Gary Harmon. Jacob Britt's going to get past. Almost everybody in the top 10 already passed that 97 truck. Sheila Harmon out front trying to hold off everybody behind her. Behind Jacob Britt, 3 wide. Jacob's just happy he is not in that mess of trucks. Yale Carrillo trying to get past on the inside. He will get past Gary. 3 and 4 wide still behind them. Leland Fife trying to move up through the field. So is Ryan Benjamin and a few others. Axel Zero falling back on the outside. Now Jacob Britt getting passed by a lot of drivers. We said he is pretty slow because of his damage. Look at that on the outside. Tim Zimmer almost into the wall. But he is going to get past Jacob Britt. 4 wide behind him. Here comes the 20 of Yale Carrillo. Yale Carrillo might have made a pretty good strategy call. Come down pit road about 10 laps ago. Get tires. He has a pretty quick car, but does he have enough time to get to the top 10 and gain some stage points? The entire field gets past the 97 of Gary Harmon. Jacob Britt falling back, so he will not get stage points tonight, I don't think. Sheila Harmon out front. Top 5 drivers within about a second of each other. The pole sitter, Stephen Pollard, back up to second. I'm sorry, that's the 18 of Damian Singletary. My bad. Stephen Pollard is out of the race. Damian Singletary up to second. Beside him is the 50 of Tim Zimmer. I'm sorry, I believe that's actually Colton Harmon. I'm getting all my drivers messed up tonight. Bean Weeby's up here. Look at this, battle for the lead. Damian Singletary going to get past Sheila Harmon. 3 wide for the lead, and Damian Singletary will lead that lap. Colton Harmon is below Sheila. Here comes the 24 of Bean Weeby. Bean just trying to win a race here in the Truck Series. He has a win in the Cup Series, but unfortunately not a contender this season. See, Jacob Britt has fallen all the way to the back, along with Brendan Hancock, Gary Harmon. They're all back there. Really good racing here, though, at Homestead. We've seen a lot of crashes already. And Damian Singletary out front. He is not a points contender. He was the points leader earlier this season, winning a couple races in a row. But he is not a points contender here tonight. 75 of Eric Jacks. He is one of the points contenders. He is up in the top 10, top 5 actually right now. Yale Carrillo has made his way up there as well. Back in 9th place. 49 of Alex Johnson trying to push the outside line. He is right behind Sheila Harmon. Bean Weeby on the inside, getting pushed by Eric Jacks. Eric trying to hold on to a top 5 position, or even a top 10. Any stage points will help, especially for him. He is only 84 points back entering this race. 3 wide, though. Eric Jacks in the middle line. You want to be on the outside line at this point of the race. The 18, Damian Singletary out front. Here comes Bean Weeby on the inside line. And we're going to throw the stage finish out. Lap number 50. Caution flag is going to be out. Top 10 drivers at the line will get stage points. Who is it going to be? Damian Singletary out front. Behind him, the 24 and the 49 battling side by side. Alejandro, Yel Carrillo, Eric Jacks, many others trying to get stage points. But I don't think they're going to get the stage win, obviously. 5 wide at the line, and they're not going to crash. They're going to come past the line without any issues. Haven't seen a long green flag run like that since the opening few laps. So that was a very eventful... Oh, looks like there was a little crash there. Cody Higginbotham, he was spun out. Oh, Gary Harmon hard into the back of the 21. So here we go, the top 10 drivers. You'll see there, the 49 of Alex Johnson nudged the 18 of Damian Singletary. Gavin Jones, Bean Weeby. Oh, and it went away. But you'll see at the top of the ticker. Just had to have that there so we could take a picture. Here's what happened real quick at the end of the stage. That's the 13 of Tavis Haken. I think, yeah, him and the 6 got together. Tim Zimmer was there, almost got involved, and everybody luckily got past. I don't know what happened there. And then huge checkup on the outside line. But here they come down pit road. I believe everybody is coming down. Just about everybody. The 49 going to stay out. So the 49 of Alex Johnson. It says Alexander Jones at the top, but Alex Johnson is subbing for Alexander Jones this season. He got the stage win. See Alejandro Rodriguez, the first truck out of pit road. Yel Carrillo, unfortunately, did not get any stage points. Eric Jacks, he got some, but he did not get many. He is really, actually, I think he's the only points contender that got any stage points. Everybody else is outside of the top 12. So, I mean, a lot of missed opportunities there. Yel Carrillo, if he would have stayed out about 15 laps ago, probably would have been the stage winner. I mean, he has a fast truck, but came down pit road. Right now, he's running in 15th. Missed his opportunity for stage points. And, I mean, he has led, right now, the most laps out of anybody so far. Came into this race 10th in points. Unfortunately, I don't think he is going to have a shot of winning, but anything can happen still in this race. But as we continue to see cars retire from this race, it's kind of helping that 21 team out. Jacob Britt just has to survive this thing right now. Try to get the best finish he possibly can. Jacob Britt all the way back in 27th position. Gary Harmon 28th. I mean, that's just... We know Gary Harmon is not going to be able to win the championship at this point, so we're crossing him off. Callie Hancock, Bruce Zero, and Gary Harmon out of contention. Brendan Hancock, he could be out of contention as well. But we will be back with the restart. We'll see you guys here in about a minute or two. Alright, we're back. The truck's now entering turn number 3. Getting ready for the restart. Just finished up the stage, so we'll see what happens. Brendan Hancock, he is pretty far back. Like we said a little bit ago, Callie and Bruce, they're both out of the race. Gary Harmon more than likely out of contention. But it really is going to depend on who else crashes. If the points leader crashes, if Jacob Britt is involved in a crash, it's going to be anybody's game, I feel like. So here we go, lap 55, the restart. Alex Johnson going to get the great restart that he got last time. And Dylan Eberheim going to push him way past that 97 of Gary Harmon. Third place now, Hunter Blade trying to get past Laura Lee Wiebe. Top 2 drivers, though, pulling away from this pack. 28 trucks still left in this race. Oh, there's a little bit of contact in the back. I think that was to Tyrell Resner and Zach Cronin. They continue, though, without any issues. We're now about the top 7, top 8 drivers now with the 49 and the 46. Dylan Eberheim trying to get the lead away from that 49 truck. He wants to lead laps. He wants to lead the most laps. A lot is at stake here in the truck race. Points leader Jacob Britt, he is really far back in the field with a lot of damage. Been involved in a few crashes. A lot of points contenders have a good chance still. We did fail to say, I kind of missed this, but the 75 of Eric Jacks, one of the points contenders, he got 15 stage points when that stage ended. him and Dylan Eberheim were the only points contenders that had stage points. So that could come into play later. Look at this, Hunter Blade underneath Laura Lee Wiebe. And while they're battling, John Book has moved into third. That 75 of Eric Jacks, he came into this race fourth in points. Second and third coming into this race are both out. So with his stage points, Eric will move into second for now. He is still pretty far back, though, in the points championship. Dylan Eberheim up in second place right now, trailing that 49 truck. He came in 147 points back. He still has a shot of winning since he got some stage points. But that 49 of Alex Johnson, he is out front right now. Won that stage. He is leading this race. See all the way in the back here, Tavis Haken behind Gary Harmon. Tavis was one of the points contenders, as well as that 23 of Brendan Hancock. Right now, they're not looking too good. Mired way back in the field, outside of the top 20. 3 of Axel Zero, another points contender. He is in the back. Up at the front, they're starting to race a lot closer. 3 wide starting again. Look at Dylan Eberheim on the outside of John Book. He's going to make it 3 wide now. Jeremiah Dwayne down low, 4 wide behind them. As that 49 continues to lead, they're battling crazy behind him. Gavin Jones now pushing the 46 in the turn. Laura Lee on the inside trying to hold on to second, but Dylan Eberheim has the preferred line. So the 46 will clear both lines. He is still in second. Look at the 52 now. Gavin Jones going for second. The outside line off of turn 4 is so fast, but if you end up hitting the wall, you're going to either crash or lose a ton of ground. Gavin Jones is going to do a crossover move on the 49 of Alex Johnson for the lead. We haven't really seen the inside line be that great. You see the big run, the top line's getting off the turn. But they're about even. Gavin Jones holding his own on the inside. Dylan Eberheim falling back to 5th, possibly 6th. As Gavin Jones trying to pull ahead of Alex Johnson, he is going to lead that lap. Gavin Jones winless this season. He would like to get a win in the final truck race of the season. And he is going to clear that 49 on the inside line. Looks like Gavin has a pretty fast truck right now. Hunter Blade and Dylan Eberheim battling side by side. Hunter Blade not in contention for the championship right now. It's going to be very close for him, but he did not get any stage points. This time by Gavin Jones, 45 laps to go. The final truck race of the season. Don't forget, tomorrow night is the Cup race here at Homestead. Could be seeing about the same type of racing as Yale Carrillo up the track, almost in a Hunter Blade. It is crazy, the type of racing we're seeing tonight. Here's that 75, Eric Jacks. Got some stage points. He came down pit road. Now he is fighting for a top 10 position. Bean Wiebe beside him. So I think that 83 of Alejandro Rodriguez might have hit the wall, or scraped it just a little bit, coming off turn 4. There's a 20 of Yale Carrillo, making a lot of ground on the inside line. Came into this race 10th in the points. Could have possibly had the stage win. He decided to pit earlier. If he would have gotten a stage win, I think he would be a really legitimate contender for the championship tonight. So far, he has led the most laps. Look at that Alejandro way up top again. But that 20 has led the most laps so far. It's going to give him 10 points for now. And he is fighting. He's trying to get trying to get past the 17 and the who was it? The 83. He has a pretty quick car. He has fresh tires. He's on the inside line. Fighting for 5th. It's that 46, Dylan Eberheim, continuing to fall back. Gavin Jones continuing to lead. He has not really been able to pull away yet. Here comes the 51 of Lindsay Hancock, the 20 of Yale Carrillo, the 46, the 83. Whoa, almost a little bit of contact there. Starting to get a little dicey up here at the front of the field. A lot of drivers in this pack, they have not had a win this season. There's nothing really going on for them in the championship. They have no positions they can really gain. They can't challenge for the points win, so a lot of these drivers just racing to get a win. And there's nothing on the line for them. Some of the drivers, though, like Yale Carrillo, Dylan Eberheimen, they've got to try to win this race, and they have a lot riding on the line. The championship could be at stake. 83 of Alejandro Rodriguez on the outside line. He is not going to be a contender. Oh, there's some contact. Huge crash. The 25, I think the 24. And they're piling into each other. That's the 22, Jeremiah Dwayne. Oh, everybody gets slowed up. That's good. The 2, I think. Who is that? The 16, possibly? The 18, Damian Singletary. There's Cody Higginbotham. Has a ton of damage. I didn't see how hard he hit, but I saw the 25 of Laura Lee Wiebe. She had a hard hit. Caution flag back out. I believe this is the 8th caution of the night. Colton Harmon has a lot of damage. There's Bean Wiebe on the apron. He was involved in that crash. Jeremiah Dwayne. I think Ron Jackson was as well. Oh, man. 8 cautions so far tonight. It has been crazy. 7 of them from crashes. 1 from the end of the stage about 18 laps ago. So Gavin Jones leading this race. Yale Carrillo up in second. This is probably going to take a lot of drivers out. That was a hard, vicious crash at the front of the field. Let's go ahead and look and see what happened. Guess we'll start with the 18 of Damian Singletary. All I saw was the 25. She just shot across the track and into the wall so hard. So let's see here. Looked like the 24 maybe, Bean Wiebe. No, it was the 50 of Tim Zimmer. Went down, hit the 18. That hit Colton. And, man, Laura Lee, Bean, Ron Jackson. Tim Zimmer was involved. Tyrell Resner. A lot of the drivers got away with minimal damage, but that 18, my gosh, that was a hard hit from what it looked like with him, and that 25 as well. Watch again in real time. Laura Lee Wiebe, she took quite a hard hit, couple hard hits there. So another big crash out of turn 4. Let's watch again. Watch this view from up above. 18 of Damian Singletary. He almost basically stopped as soon as he hit the wall. That was just an awkward hit. So 24, Bean Wiebe gets his truck repaired. He is back out on the track. I believe, yeah, that's Colton Harmon, Ron Jackson, Tim Zimmer's there. Oh, we got a mechanical failure. That's the 87 of Cody Rhodes on the apron. So he is blowing up. It's going to be another truck out of the race. That is exactly what Jacob Britt wants to see. Jacob is not going to be able to contend for the win tonight. He has too much damage, but he is liking these wrecks happening and mechanical failures. That's the first mechanical failure of the night that we've seen. So 38 laps to go at this time. Oh, and John Booknow on the apron. John Booknow blowing up under caution. 2 mechanical failures in 1 lap. And that is yet another position at 21. Jacob Britt is going to be able to gain. Very interesting here. I'm not sure how many trucks are going to be left. That's obviously two that are going to be out. We're going to have, I think, 24, maybe 25 trucks left in this race. At this point in time, there's not really anybody else that's left in the championship. And that 21 of Jacob Britt, he needs to basically retire from the race if Yale Carrillo wants a shot at winning the championship. I think it's going to be between Jacob Britt and Yale Carrillo. Yale Carrillo, though, 157 points back. So far, he has the most laps led, so that would be 147, but I think it's just a little too much of a gap between him and Jacob for him to be able to win the championship. At 83 of Alejandro Rodriguez, he is mathematically out. He has not led the most laps, and he won't be able to lead the most laps. He's only 4 points behind Yale Carrillo, so, I mean, it's looking pretty bad for that number 20. Dylan Eberheimen up here in the top 5 as well. He is 147 points back. If Jacob Britt would retire from the race, he might have a shot. We know Hunter Blade is probably mathematically out of the championship. $75 of Eric Jacks. I mean, he might be actually sitting in the best seat out of anybody. He's in 11th place, Axel Zero in 12th. But Eric Jacks, he got 15 points in the finish of the stage. He only entered this race 84 points out. So, out of anybody, I think it's probably going to be between Jacob Britt and Eric Jacks. Other drivers like Tavis Haken and Brendan Hancock, they're too far back. Brendan only one position ahead of Jacob Britt, who's in 18th place right now. So a lot of stuff just happened in that crash during that caution. We're going to get a restart here. Lap 72. See what happens next. It has been a wild race, that's for sure. Final race at Homestead is definitely living up to its expectations. A lot of chaos as Gavin Jones is going to get the restart. Green flag back in the air. He is going to get a great restart. Carrillo, Alejandro, and many others now going to get past that 97. Everyone's going to try to get past him if they can. Looks like the top 8 drivers will. And it's a single file showdown behind them. Tim Zimmer was in pit road. He's coming out of pit road now. Guess he might have had a tire down. I'm not sure if I don't know. He might have restarted the race and had a tire down now. Oh, Axel Zero into the 75 of Eric Jacks. And there's going to be another crash, a huge crash. The 2, the 4 upside down. The points leader back in this crash. The 22 and caution flag back out again. The 9th time tonight. And a huge points implications again. Eric Jacks. Oh, they're still hitting each other. Banging off of each other. Axel Zero hitting Jeremiah Dwayne. The 75 of Eric Jacks. We just said he was probably the only points contender that could contend with that 21, and he was just turned by the 3 of Axel Zero, and that caused a huge crash. Jacob Britt yet again was involved. Oh my. So this could be the end of it for Eric Jacks now. Depends how many drivers are going to retire from this wreck. We'll have to see how many drivers we have left, but once we get the restart, I think we will know who is going to be the champion. We're going to have to stay tuned. Yale Carrillo does have, or no, he has second, I believe. Yeah. Gavin Jones still the race leader. Well, we got the restart and a caution right in the same lap. A couple drivers come down pit road. The 23 of Brendan Hancock, Leland Fife. He's coming down pit road, and all the other drivers involved in that crash coming back down pit road. Eric Jacks, I don't know if he's going to retire. He's getting tired, so I think he'll be okay. Go ahead and show you what happened here. As another big crash off of turn 4 happens. 3 of Axel Zero and the 75. They're stuck behind that 97 of Gary Harmon. They're all bouncing off of each other, and Axel just trying to get by. He's one of the points contenders, and he spins the other points contender out, and You see the 4 and 2. Zach Cronin and Tyra Resner upside down. Jacob Britt, the points leader, involved in that crash. I think he's been involved in about 7 or 8 of the crashes tonight. He has been involved in just about everything. Watch again. The 3 and the 75. Jeremiah Dwayne, unfortunately, clipped in that crash, and he was involved. Bean Weeby, another crash for him tonight. Go ahead and ride on board with a couple drivers. Start on board with, this is the 23 of Brendan Hancock. I don't know, I think he was involved in this crash. Oh, yeah, he got a hard hit there with the 2 of Tyrell. Saw Cody Higginbotham slam the inside wall. I believe we are... Who are we riding on board with? I think that's Jacob Britt, I believe. Oh, hard hit there. That was not that was not Jacob Britt. Actually, I'm not sure who that one was. Somebody that was further back in the field. That might be maybe Ron Jackson. Here we go, right. Oh, that was Zach Cronin. Let's ride on board now with, or no, that was Jacob Britt here. Zach Cronin upside down. That's the driver right there, upside down. Oh my. So anyway, Jacob Britt's still in this race somehow. He's up in 14th right now. I don't know how many drivers we have left. It's not many. We're down to just a few. Axel Zero in 17th place. 19th place, Brendan Hancock. And remember, these drivers came down pit road under this caution to repair their damage, but they also were able to get tires. These other drivers haven't come down pit road since lap 50. So tires are a little more worn. So we have 24 trucks left. Gary Harmon still 1 lap down. He's in 24th. Actually, no, I think we have 22 left now. I don't think the ticker has updated yet from that last crash. So next time by, green flag back out. See if we can finish this race. We do know right now, with all the drivers out of the race, Tavis Haken, Dylan Eberheimen, Yale Carrillo, Hunter Blade, and Alejandro Rodriguez, they are out of the championship. Gary Harmon, Bruiser, and Callie Hancock are also out. I'm not sure how slow Eric Jax is going to be. We're going to have to watch on the restart. But he might be out of contention as well. Really, it just depends on where that 21 finishes. So Eric Jax right now kind of a wild card. So let's see. A lot of drivers have damage. So I have no idea who is going to be up in the front of the field now. Obviously, Yale Carrillo still is in contention to win the race. Not the championship, but the race. Dylan Eberheimen up in 5th place, but he is not in contention for the championship. So here we go. 31 laps to go. Gavin Jones is going to lead them down to the green flag. We are back underway here at Homestead. Yale Carrillo right behind Gavin. A lot of drivers get a nice start. Look at Sheila Harmon on the inside of Dylan Eberheimen. Went right through the middle of that 97 and the 46. So the top 6 drivers pulling away from 7th place. Look at Yale Carrillo on the outside. He's going to go for the lead. Gavin Jones underneath of him. Gavin was able to take the lead earlier on the inside line. Yale Carrillo going to lead that lap. See if Gavin Jones can fight back on the inside. They're still side by side. They're pulling away, too. Just a little bit. Gavin's so good in the middle of the turns. But Yale Carrillo off the turns, he is very fast on the straightaway. He has led the most laps tonight, trying to secure that most laps led. Gavin Jones still fighting back on the inside, and while they're side by side, these other drivers might be able to pull up close to him. Maybe try to pass both, first and second. Gavin trying to clear Yale on the inside. With that 20 fighting back on the exit of the turns. Here he comes back on the outside. Drag race down the back stretch. Laps are ticking away. Will we have a first-time winner? Yale Carrillo has won 2 races this season. Looking for a third. Nobody in the series has won 3 races yet in the Truck Series. We might see our first 3-time winner tonight. Gavin now losing a little bit of ground. Yale Carrillo almost has that 52 cleared. Gavin fighting back, still on the inside. Yale Carrillo has been able to pull ahead just slightly. Gavin, he is not going to give up on that inside line. Behind them, battle for third between Sheila Harmon and Lindsay Hancock. Neither drivers have a win this season. Both of them would like to get up here and battle with the 20 and the 52. Now Yale Carrillo has finally cleared that 52 of Gavin Jones. Will Gavin stay down low or will he go up top? Gavin going to stay down low and try to get another run. He gets such a great run in the middle of the turn, but he does not have the straightaway speed. This time, though, he might. Gavin Jones going to lead that lap. Gavin showing that he does not want to give up. He still has fight left in that truck. There's the 75 of Eric Jacks. He is way off the pace, and he could go a lap down before this thing is over. Bean Weeby as well, pretty slow on the track. Eric Jack's about a half a lap down. I'm just going to say we're probably going to mark him out of contention. There's a 23, Brendan Hancock. He's starting to catch this pack. And Axel Zero, the 3, he has caught this pack. He is making moves. Remember, these drivers that are damaged, that 41 as well, they came down pit road under that last caution, got tires and fuel and repaired their damage. And they have caught the pack. And now there's a 3-wide battle for the lead. Sheila Harmon and Gavin Jones. Sheila almost turned Gavin around. I don't know if that's going to help or hurt him. I think it's going to hurt Gavin. As Yale Carrillo now going to pull away. Lindsay Hancock now battling for second. Here comes the 3 of Axel Zero for 5th place. Axel Zero out of nowhere. Yale Carrillo still holding on to the lead. Lindsay Hancock now trying to get past Gavin Jones. Lindsay going to go on the outside. She does not have a win yet this season. She's had a rather rough season, being involved in so many crashes, most of which were not her own, just caught up in other people's incidents. And here she is running in third, battling for second. Look at that 3, though, of Axel Zero pushing Gavin Jones. And that's going to put Gavin Jones beside the race leader. Axel Zero has fresh tires. He has a very fast truck right now. Yale Carrillo pulling away now a little bit. He clears the 52. A lot of drivers, even that 6 of Cody Higginbotham, he came down pit road. He was involved in that last crash. Ron Jackson as well in the back. He's right up against the wall. These drivers making some very aggressive moves late in this race. They've got tires. And you see Ron right here doesn't even have a hood. Doesn't even have a hood on his car, and he is up in the top 10. That's just how much these tires are really helpful for you. I mean, Ron does not have a hood, and he is up in the top 10 battling for positions. Look at that. Beside the 83. Up at the front, though, Axel Zero has cleared Gavin Jones on the inside. Gavin falling back to 5th. Yale Carrillo and Axel Zero now side by side. Axel Zero, that number 3 on the inside, he has fresh tires. And he is going to get past that 20 of Yale Carrillo. They're still side by side. Axel trying to get clear of the 20. The 3 on the inside, the 20 on the outside. And look at that, Axel Zero, I think is going to clear him in this turn. Off of turn 4, Axel Zero to the lead. Those fresh tires paying off for that number 3 truck. Yale trying to fight back on the outside, but he is just no match for the fresh tires of that 3. 3 wide back here for 3rd. Cody Higginbotham is going to take the position away. He has fresh tires. Leland Fife as well up here. That number 41, he is doing really well. That green truck further back. They're 3 wide behind them. Can they make it without crashing? Getting a little dicey back there. Axel Zero pulling away. Look at the 23, Brendan Hancock on the inside. He's been involved in a few crashes tonight. Involved in that huge crash about 10, 15 laps ago. And here he is battling for a top 5 position. He did get tires as well. The tires are really reigning supreme here. Now Brendan Hancock up to 4th. Yale Carrillo still holding on to 2nd, but he is slowing down. Cody Higginbotham right behind him. Never thought we would see that 23 of Brendan Hancock up here in the top 5 after the night he has had. It's been a rough night for that 23 team. Same with the 3 of Axel Zero, who's leading the race. Axel Zero has some pretty bad damage on this truck. I guess they've been able to repair it. And he is pulling away. Eric Jack's going to be a lap down in probably 10 laps, I would say. A lot of the drivers have spread out, but this main front pack still battling side by side. Look at Brendan on the inside now. Yale falls back to 4th. This is a battle for 2nd. Top 3 drivers have fresh tires. They are now clear of the lap traffic, or of the traffic that does not have fresh tires. See if they can make any ground. Leland Fife is still stuck in the back behind these slower trucks. He has not been able to clear any of them. I think he has a little bit more damage than some of these guys up here in the top 5. Brendan Hancock trying to get past Cody Higginbotham for 2nd. Brendan, his truck has really come to life in the last 10 laps. We've seen him go from 20th now up to 2nd. Brendan Hancock. So at this stage of the race, I mean, we don't have many laps left. This time by, we've got, I believe, 15 laps to go. Sorry about that, everyone. Having a little bit of technical difficulties. Anyway, we don't have a lot of laps left. This time by, I think we have 15 to go. And at this stage of the race, how the drivers are positioned on the track, Axel Zero and Brendan Hancock 1st and 2nd, they could possibly be fighting for the championship here. If Axel can lead the most laps, I think he might be able to get the championship. It depends, again, on where Jacob Britt finishes. Brendan Hancock entered this race 126 points back. He's running in 2nd. He's trying to catch the 3 so he can get the win. Axel Zero, who's the race leader, was 12 points behind Brendan entering this race. Axel hoping that Brendan falls back a little bit. If one of these drivers can get ahead of Jacob Britt, right now Brendan Hancock would be the points leader. But Axel Zero, if he leads the most laps, he could be the points winner. So it's now, as they run, between Jacob Britt, Axel Zero, and Brendan Hancock. one of these 3 drivers is going to win the championship. All the other points contenders that entered this race, they are too far back and not in contention. Look at Cody Higginbotham underneath Brendan. Brendan, though, going to hold that number 6 off. Laps ticking away for the 3 of Axel Zero, trying to get his first win. Brendan Hancock has 2 wins this season. He would love to get a win. Brendan Hancock, the last few races at ISM and Eldora, had huge crashes, actually flipped at both tracks. And because of that, he has fallen really far back in the points championship. If he wouldn't have had those 2 bad races, he would be up, I would say, in the top 3. And look at this, Cody Higginbotham now on the outside of him, trying to take second away. This is exactly what that 3 of Axel Zero wants to see. Axel trying to get past Eric Jacks, but he is going to slow the 3 up. This time by, it's going to be 10 laps to go. Brendan and Cody both have now reeled in the 3 of Axel Zero. Axel getting past to Eric now. Brendan on the inside line, he's going to be able to get past. But Cody Higginbotham on the outside, he's going to get slowed down a little bit. So the 75 is now a lap down. Top 3 drivers, single file, trying to catch that 3 of Axel Zero. So who's going to win the championship? Is it going to be the 3, the 23, or will the 21 be able to hold on to the championship lead? Still, anything could happen. If Jacob Britt has a mechanical failure, I think the 3 and the 23 would securely have the top 2 positions in the points. It's going to be close. These 2 drivers did not get stage points. See what the ticker says on the top. See where Jacob Britt runs right now. Jacob entered this race with a 75-point lead over second. Axel Zero came into this race 7th in points. Brendan 6th in points. Over 100 points back. So it's going to be tough for them to even get a shot at Jacob Britt's championship position. But if that 21 retires from the race with all the damage he has, could definitely open up the door. Axel Zero continuing to lead this race. Right now, Jacob Britt is being scored in 19th position. From 1st to 19th, or even 2nd to 19th. That is quite a bit of positions. It's going to be close. I don't know who's going to win. Jacob Britt could fall as far back as 22nd if he had to retire from this race. That's only 3 positions. I think he is going to be safe. I think Jacob Britt has won the championship. But it's not over yet. The 3 and the 23, they needed to get stage points in this race, and they were not able to do that. They failed at getting stage points. But now they're running 1st and 2nd. See a little bit further back and forth. Leland Fife was able to clear all the other trucks. He is now up to 4th. He has fresh tires. He is now battling Cody Higginbotham for 3rd. Top 4 drivers have fresh tires. Right on board now with Brendan Hancock. You see the damage he has, and the 3 of Axel Zero, he has damage as well. Now running on board with Cody Higginbotham. Now we're back with Brendan. Looks like they're just about equal. But there is some lap traffic coming up. Looks like there's some pretty heavy lap traffic as well. Gary Harmon about to go another lap down. He entered this race 5th in points. He was involved in the first crash, and he has just had a rough night since then. Really, that first crash kind of set the tone for tonight's race. Gary was a lap down early, and he has been the cause of most of the crashes. Most of the drivers checking up and getting into one another, trying to get past that 97, and there's been some pretty big crashes. But that's worked into Jacob Britt's favor. Jacob Britt, somehow, even though he's been involved in at least 5 or 6 of the crashes, he's still in this race. But he has been able to avoid some really heavy hits. Jacob Britt still running in 19th place as the leaders have caught Gary Harmon. They're going to go down low and pass him without any issues. Bean Weeby a few seconds behind Jacob. He could possibly take that position away from Jacob. Move Jacob back to 20th position. It's 2 to go. This coming time by, it's going to be 1 lap to go. Now, they have caught the 24 of Bean Weeby. Brendan Hancock right on the back bumper of Axel Zero. I think they might have made a little contact even. This time by, it's going to be the white flag. Will Bean Weeby try to hold up the 3 of Axel Zero and let Brendan Hancock win the race? The 23 and the 24, they are both friends. Brendan Hancock in 2nd place, but he has fallen back a lot. Bean Weeby now going to try to hold the 3 of Axel Zero up. It's the white flag off of turn 2. Axel Zero going to go down low, but he is not going to clear the 24 yet. Here comes the 23 of Brendan Hancock on the inside line. Brendan, no, not able to get underneath the 3. The 24 Bean Weeby now on the far outside. Off of turn number 4, Axel Zero is going to win the final race at Homestead. 2nd place, Brendan Hancock. Bean Weeby was not able to get past Jacob Britt, so I think Jacob Britt's going to finish in 19th position. But this is your final running order. Axel Zero and Brendan Hancock, 1st and 2nd. Cody Higginbotham able to hold off Leland Fife. Yo Carrillo, very strong run for him. He will finish in 5th. And I don't think the 3 of Axel Zero led the most laps. We'll have to go and check that out. You see Jacob Britt. Oh, actually, he scored 17th because a few drivers came down pit road. Alex Johnson and Lindsay Hancock, I forgot, they came down pit road on the last lap. So Jacob Britt now up to 17th. And that is going to change the points picture just a little bit more. Dylan Eberheimen up to 12th. A lot of drivers in the top 10 finished really well. They needed good finishes. Cody Higginbotham, Leland Fife, possibly their best finishes this season, or close to it. Gavin Jones, Sheila Harmon, Ron Jackson, Hunter Blade, Ryan Benjamin even. See some of the points contenders that are out of the race, and then some that were a lap or 2 down had issues. Man, oh man, what a wild race. 9 cautions. And we have confirmed from the results that the 20 of Yo Carrillo has led the most laps. So Axel Zero, he was 15 laps short of leading the most laps. And that's going to hurt him in the points championship. I think it's going to be Jacob Britt, who is the championship winner. Looking at the points coming into this race, I think Brendan's going to be 2nd. But it's going to be too close to call. Brendan has not led a lap tonight. Axel Zero led a good bit of laps, the 2nd most laps out of anybody tonight, and he will win the race, first race that he has won this season. So, man, oh man, points are going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and look at them after the final race in the Truck Series. It's been a wild 14 races. The stage points have definitely made it very interesting and very wild as well. Alright guys, the moment we've been waiting for. Who is the truck champion in Season 2? And after race 14, it's going to be Jacob Britt. 68 points ahead of Brendan Hancock. Axel Zero 2 points behind Brendan. He finishes 3rd. Eric Jacks fell to 4th. Actually, Eric Jacks was 4th entering this race, so yep. Eric Jacks actually gained 6 points on Jacob Britt because of the stage points he had earned. Yale Carrillo up to 6th. Callie Hancock entered this race 2nd in points. She falls to 8th. Gary Harmon, Tavis Haken outside of the top 10 now. Man, oh man. So you see the points from first to last. You see the amount of wins, top 5s, and top 10s they had. It's been a crazy truck season. Jacob Britt was able to hold everybody off in the last few races. Despite his horrible race tonight, he will get the championship win. You see Axel Zero, his first win tonight. Now, all of the drivers in the Truck Series and the Cup Series, they are going to be in a Figure 8 special event. So all the race winners from this series and the next series, the Cup Series, going to be in a Figure 8 race. That's going to be during the off season while signups are open for Season 3. And then, of course, to start off Season 3, we have the Clash, which is going to consist of the pole winners from last season. So that's going to be a fun event. A lot of pole winners from both this series and the Cup Series. We might even throw the ARCA drivers in there as well. But more to come on that. So this is going to stay up for about another minute or two. I want to thank you all for watching and thank you all for supporting the Truck Series and the Cup Series, this whole channel in general. It's been kind of stressful, I guess, on my part because of all the video editing now that I'm doing and all the recording, which is why we're dropping down to just one series for Season 3. It's not really what I want to do. I want to do 2, 3, 4, maybe even more than that series each week, but right now it's just not possible. So one thing I've been debating about doing, and I have held off on this for the whole 2 seasons, or at least this whole season, I've been kind of debating about maybe putting like a donation link in the descriptions of all these videos and like on a Discord. I might do that for next season. I don't want to steer anybody away from this series and this YouTube channel. I don't want people to think that I am just out to make money. I love doing these videos, and it's been a lot of fun lately, but I might be taking off work another day so I can keep doing these videos. And in that case, I might just put a donation link up, and if you want to donate $1, 50 cents, whatever you want to donate, anything would help. And there is another reason as well, which I'll go over that tomorrow night. It's actually something really cool that's going to hopefully help the community for Season 3. So, I don't know. I want to get you guys' opinions on the donation thing. I know everybody can't donate, and I'm well aware of that. I know we all have our own lives, bills, and some of us might not even be old enough to own like a credit card or anything. So I don't know. I want to know you guys' opinions. Like I said, I don't want to turn anyone away from this series or turn anybody off from joining and communicating. I'm not going to be mad if nobody donates. If you don't want to donate, that is perfectly fine. I'm not going to be upset. Just a way of trying to cope with taking another day off work so I can do these videos. But anyway, I'm done rambling about that. Tomorrow night we have the Cup Series. Final race for them for season number 2. That starts tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be, hopefully, another great race. Saw a lot of great racing and a lot of crashes tonight. Until then, we're going to see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have a great night, a great day tomorrow. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night.